Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin. As you see, we got a massive breakout overnight. We are up 16.15%. We're at 48.05, and we actually smashed some key resistances there, guys. Do you see that red line that I have in there that I've been watching? We're up above that right now, which is great, and we broke out of this trend line. Do you see this purple trend line that I've had for quite a while now? We broke out of that, and we broke out of it on volume, which is great. So now what we need to see today, in my opinion, we need to close up above that 200-day moving average. That's going to be a big deal. All right, if we can close up above that, guys, that could be the start. That could be what digs us out of this overall macro bear market that we've been dealing with for so long. Remember, I kept saying we need to close up above that 200-day moving average, and we need to stay up above it. We need to start treating it as support. So right now we are up above it, guys. Could we bounce off that today and then have a slight pullback and then move higher and get above it? Absolutely. But this is what I said, why we plan for the upside and the downside. Because Wing Lee, he can put his money in, in Japan overnight, put in millions of dollars at any time, and that's what you saw here with this candle. Okay, guys, it wasn't just a slow progression. It's we go to bed, we wake up, and Bitcoin gained $800 to $1,000. I mean, that's just how this game works, and that's why you need to use your stop losses. You always need to be prepared. Stop loss to the upside and the downside, and you have to anticipate the upside and the downside, because this type of thing could happen. This very well could have been a breakdown, hit this right here, hit this trend line, and fall down, but we broke to the upside, and we broke it on good volume. So I'm really excited to see that. Now it's just going to determine what type of follow-through are we going to get. All right, so you can see how we're up above it right now. We're really looking for that close today. We're up above. We got that golden cross of the 20 over top of the 50, which is beautiful there. We broke out of this trend line. Now we're up above it, okay? So that's on the day. I want you to pay attention to that. Now what we're going to look at is the 12-hour and see what's happening. All right, so look at that stick, guys. That came in a volume. That is just a thing of beauty. That's amazing. Let's go to the 8 hours. And what we're going to start looking at is the RSI and see how overextended we are getting. So let's go to our indicators, RSI, because in the short term, guys, I promise you, professional traders are going to be taking profits on this, okay? Look where this RSI is at right now. It's up at 93. So professional traders are going to start jumping in a quick short there. They're going to ride that reaction down, and then hopefully we'll get a nice little bounce off this red line here for a continued move up. But I'm just going to tell you, on the 4 hour especially, there's going to be a lot of guys who are taking some profits when they see an RSI at 93. Okay, they're either going to be taking profits or they're going to be jumping into a short, because a lot of times you really need that cool off period. We have not been up to this 93 area in quite a while since the last bull market. So, really keep that in mind. The next thing we're going to look at is the 4 hours here. And you can see that's even higher. We're at 94 on the 4 hours. That's really overextended. And guys, you see this long wick? That is where profit was being taken. Okay, so the professional traders will take that profit any day of the week. When the price goes from around 4,000 up to 51.17, they're going to take profits, they're going to smile, and they're going to wait for a nice pullback to where they can long it again if things are looking good. And then let's check on 3 hour. We'll just go down through here. So that one's at 90 right now. And then let's look at our 1 hour. Is at 90 as well. So we're going to have to see, guys, we're getting a little overextended, as you can tell on the RSI. Anything over 70 is overbought in a traditional market. But remember, this is not a traditional market. We could go up to 100 and get pinned out here in terms of the 1-day RSI, guys, is at 86. That's amazing. Let's see when the last time we saw 86 was. So what I like to do is go back through this. So do you see the height here, guys? What happened once we got to that height last time? We had a huge fall. So keep that in mind. Over here, we got up to that height, and then we started falling down. So just be aware, guys. Be very careful of this. And the trend line that I would draw on the RSI that I would really look to see if we keep these higher lows would be right down here. This is what I would be looking for us to get a bounce off of. Okay? So it would be healthy if we pulled back and got a nice strong bounce off this line. Everything about that would be healthy. Okay, but it's beautiful just to see that volume coming back in, guys. That is nice, and you're seeing that basically rounded bottom taking place. What I wanted to tell you guys, just be aware though, anything that goes straight up like that, a lot of the times you're going to have that pullback. So I know we all want to dance up on our desks right now, but please be aware. We've had so many fake outs and breakouts and all that stuff. Just play it cautiously. Don't look at this right now and say, hey, we're up 16%. I'm going to jump in right now with the anticipation in one day that we're going to run that much higher. Typically, that doesn't happen, guys. If you don't get a candle that starts down here and goes up in here in one day, it's not really possible. These are some of the longest candles that you'll see here. This is a really long candle, but you are seeing that profit taking place. Now, another thing I want to show you was the Bollinger Bands with this, and we're going to see if we're starting to really get overextended, how far we're popping out of them. Alright guys, so the Bollinger Bands haven't really caught up to this move yet. We're obviously up above it, but you see how they got so tight before this break? That's awesome, and that's how you know a break's coming. You pay attention to how tight they get. Let's go down to the 4 hour and see what the Bollinger Bands are looking like here. Boy, they were really tight, guys, and now we're just flying up above them. I mean, they can't even keep up with this price action right now. They're not supposed to. They're a lagging indicator. So that's one that you really got to watch, pay very close attention to. But you know, guys, overall, this is pretty exciting to see. Take a look at that. And you see how we were just keeping that 20 EMA that I just deleted there, guys? So you could see this, how we were just bouncing off it. And then we got that nice move, and you could see how volume started to increase, and that's what you want. You want volume increasing whenever you make those moves up. You don't want moves up with volume sliding back down. That's something that I pay close attention to. And what we're going to look at next is the MACD. We're going to look at it on some different time frames. Alright, take a look at that, guys. Just how much that broke out. And you won't see this type of price action in a traditional market, and that's why we're here. You know, it's more difficult to trade and everything, but the rewards can be so much greater, guys. I mean, stock markets a lot of times won't move 15% a year, the whole stock market. So this just happened in one night. It's amazing. And then our 1 day. Take a look at that MACD, guys. And the histogram moving up. So the main points that I need to see today, I want to see what we do with this 200-day moving average. If all of a sudden you see this really long wick and we start getting pushed back down in here, then we're going to have to be patient and see if we get another leg up, right? But ideally, if we could close up above this, then we'll have to see what type of follow-through we get in the next couple days. All right? So guys, that's what I wanted to bring to you, just something real quick. The next thing we would just look for is this overhead resistance that's going to be around this 5,500 or so. We had this little bear flag where we fell, we had a little bear flag, then we fell back down even farther. But this red box, that was the spot, that 4440, 4,500. That's what I needed to see broken, and so far we have broken it. So let's just make sure this isn't some type of a fake out, anything like that. But you know, guys, just remember there's going to be some scalpers who are going to be taking some profits. You know, the day may not close up 16%. You know, it may close up 8% or 9% or whatever, which is great. But keep that stuff in mind. Whatever goes straight up or straight down, there's always going to be a reaction. All right? So God bless each and every one of you. Just wanted to do a quick little tutorial here or tell you what I was thinking for Bitcoin. We're at 47.92. We're up 15.84%. And you know what, guys? That's how it happens. These millionaires, they throw that money in, and then they're the ones who control the market. They're the market makers, and that's what we always talk about. And that's why we have a plan for the upside and the downside, my friends. Take care. God bless each and every one.